Hey, what's up, Liron here. Today I want to share with you one insight that will revolutionize the results you're getting with watercolor painting. Because sometimes once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And I'm talking about reflected light. So let me show you the easiest example for you to be able to see this. If you look at this car, you'll be able to see it immediately. Look at the top to bottom, scan it. You'll notice it starts blue and purple, maybe a little violet neutral, but as it gets down here, it goes lighter. In the black and white version of the photo, it's even easier to see. So I'm just gonna start painting, and if you haven't gotten it yet, you will once you see it in action. So we have this metallic blue violety color. Now the window is dark, so I'm gonna go with my black color here and just paint the dark window. Now notice this reflected light. Things are reflected from the environment onto the object we're painting. And in this case, the sky itself is reflected on the car. So as I reach this point, you'll notice things are getting lighter and slightly bluer. I exaggerated it. It's not as blue as I've done it here, but it goes a little bluer. Then as it faces a little towards us once again, we go back to that neutral violety color we've had earlier. Just doing my best to mix something close to it relatively fast, but look at what's going on the lower third of the car. That's where I want your attention to go. As we get to the lower third of the car, the ground is reflected on the car. Because the car turns and it rotates in space, and it's facing a bit more of the ground. And this is what we're gonna get. Now, before we continue with this process, just a quick note that this video is sponsored by my own watercolor painting courses. So if you wanna learn how to paint like me, be sure to check out the frustration-free watercolor course. If you wanna paint loose, joyful, beautiful watercolor paintings, and the watercolor realism course. And lastly, there's a new post on my Patreon, new video, sneak peek exclusive to Patreon, to what my day looks like, what I'm working on, what I've been doing lately, some personal updates, fun stuff around the studio. Be sure to check it out. It's gonna be one of the first links in the description box below. Let's continue. And this is what we're gonna get. We're gonna get an area that is warmer and lighter, okay? So this entire bottom part is gonna be lighter and warmer. Now, we still haven't gotten it the right value in relation to the rest. So let me show you what I'm doing. I'm going to darken the rest to bring out the fact that it is lighter and to communicate to the viewer that this is indeed reflected light from somewhere else. Same goes for this strip here for the sky that goes a little darker as it moves forward in the body of the car. And already we have something really cool looking, even though we didn't get the colors down accurately and none of that. Now look at the beautiful contrast we're gonna get with the bottom of the car here. Okay, that's where it's at. So now I'm putting this strong shadow, strong black for the tires, and look at what's gonna happen here. This middle section that faces the ground is gonna pop immediately. Now, I exaggerated the temperature, right? It's not yellow, it's not actually yellow, but it is quite warm and I wanted to convey it. Now, onto the shadow casting on the ground from the car. And we're pretty much gonna pause it here. Same thing at the front of the car. This gets a little warmer right around here. And now, while this is still wet, we can start doing some optimizations, some changes, some fixes, whatever we need. So there are a couple of details here near the bottom. I have to kind of move my entire body to make sure I am able to get all of these details effectively with my brush marks. And look at how, again, there is a before and after moment to this. I definitely felt that was my painting journey. The moment I started noticing, I'm gonna make this a little more violety purple. The moment I started noticing reflected light, it just changes everything. And then we have the top part of the car that's a little in the light. If you want to bring back those tires, don't worry, we're not done. I'm gonna still add more details for the rest of the cars. If you want to bring back those highlights or lighter parts on the tires, you can use opaque paint if you want. You can just go ahead and come back with some water. There's plenty of ways of doing it. But now I'm going to push it more towards accuracy. So the front of the car in this section should be a little darker. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to try and verbalize best what I'm doing. That's where a lot of people get lost in the process. They feel like they're done for, they messed it up, something's not working. Well, not me. So I'm going to also bring out, there's this strip of light right under here, which you're going to see in a second. I don't even know, I have some opaque paint here. I could use that probably. Let's see here, just to bring it out a bit. Though I haven't planned on doing that. I'm just kind of playing with paint at this point. So there you go. You have a bit of a highlight there. Ooh, I messed up completely. Because one thing I missed, and this goes to show you, again, watercolor mistakes are fixable. This entire part of the window is see-through, right? And I completely forgot about that. In fact, let me make it a little cooler and blue. And that would make a bit more sense. And we'll add that dark frame to show that it's the frame of the window. And we have the mirror here. And we have whatever dashboard details, anything like that, right here below. Keep it light and kind of cool, I would say. There we go. And you've got a car in. It's not a perfect car. Look at how roughly I'm painting it. But the key here is to understand that this is responsible for the painting's success. And more than that, if you start adding details to that, can you see there's a bit of a detail there actually? There's a line of reflection, maybe from another car, maybe from another detail. We can actually go ahead and add that in. Got to get the wetness just right. Takes skill. You're not going to get it right the first time, and that's fine. And maybe I haven't gotten it right. We'll see. Time will tell. But I can also blend it out a bit if I need to. And I'm noticing a bit of a violet-y pattern right around here. It's quite neutral, so I'm going to add a bit of yellow to it. Again, this is optimization. I'm using what I have on paper. I'm pushing it more towards where I want it to be. See, like this. There you go. And you see, you can feel almost how the impression of light reflecting from the ground onto the car begins to be initiated. Now let me show you something cool. I'm going to use this, oh, let's use this brush, same brush here. Because once we put this all in the right context, it's going to pop. Things are going to pop. So we have the car here. I'm going to be extremely rough with the car and the sketch and the level of detail. Check it out. It's just a bunch of darks. There is reflected light here too, by the way. It's less of a pronounced effect in this car, but it is there. So let me show you. Around here, there's an area of the car where you see more of the sky than the black darkness, and that is fine. Maybe we'll get it, we'll see. And then here to the side, it's dark, dark, dark. And then here at the back, it's in neutral phthalo blue, it feels like to me. And then look at what we have here. We have a beautiful smooth transition from light to dark. So I'm just going to bring in some water and do this. Now onto the beautiful taillights. We'll place those in the middle while leaving some highlights, because you notice the taillights here have a chromatic thing to them. They have this interesting effect. They have like a rail of metal around. Then we're going to put in the license plate. We're kind of going to mishmash it all together. We're going to bring in some water to make the tire a little more in the context. We're going to bring some blue to make the windows a little more believable. We're going to stop. We're going to paint the car on the right. It's green. I'm just going to use this nice lemony yellow to capture that. As simple and rough as it gets, really. Side of the car. Don't forget those tail lights. Once again, blue and red. Interesting color combinations. Again, am I putting in hard work or am I just going for it? Yes, my experience helps me to go for it fast, but I want to show you how, again, this sloppiness is okay as long as you understand the medium and visually what you're looking at. So if you understand how reflected light works, you can kind of mess a lot of things up and still get a really nice, kind of favorable result. In fact, let me pour back some water here to make this window area a little lighter. And there you have it. And remember, we're going to put context. So all the background, I'm going to grab whatever I have left on the palette, which is why I love painting this way. I'm going to add a bit of blue to it, a bit of red, till we get something that's a little more gray. And check it out. I'm going to paint this lovely background in. Look at how it goes a little warmer as it moves down. So I'm going to go a little warmer. And here's the key part. I want to leave the top of this car. I want to paint over this car. I don't care about this one. I want to paint around rather these cars. Leave the top where it's a bit more of a highlight. Leave this white car alone because it's going to be paper white. And as we move down this asphalty area, look at what it does to the reflected light and its context as we continue adding the asphalt and basically getting rid of more of the paper white. See this? We got a sense of color. We got a sense of temperature. I'm going to darken this back window, or whatever you want to call it, right here. It's going to be a little darker, even though it's white in the reference. I'm going to make this darker too, just a bit, and add a bit of water to kind of help move it. Get rid of this. Paint over that. And check it out, reflected light. The magic of reflected light. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. I challenge you to zoom in on this car here, the black car. You'll notice it reflects the sky. And just the next time you go in a parking lot or anything like that, look at the cars, look at the area of especially white cars that faces up. Look at how cool it is. Then the area that faces down, look at how warm it is, assuming it is a sunny day. If it's a winter day, it's a different story. I hope you find this useful. Reminder, check out my frustration-free watercolor course in my watercolor realism courses. Link in the description box below if you want to learn how to paint like this. Let go. Enjoy the painting process. Get the loose, free, joyful watercolor you deserve. I hope you check that out, and thank you so much to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Reminder that there is a new exclusive video on Patreon featuring pretty much what I do, what my day looks like, a sneak peek behind the scenes. If you're supporting me on Patreon, go ahead and watch that. You have access. If you are just a free follower or you're not even there on Patreon, if you want to see it, go ahead, check out the link in the description box below. I hope you'll give it a look. I hope you'll join. Maybe you'll support me over there. And I will see you in the next vid. Take care.